It's the beer video. Sort of. It's sort of the beer video. It's kind of the beer video. It is the beer video, kind of. Welcome back. It's Helen. It's me, and it's teeth. Hey, look at these teeth. I have so
Yeah.
many now. I have so many teeth, Helen.
Yep.
So many. I can eat things. Let me tell you something. I was leaving the dentist. This has been a year and a half. No joke. Since I started this journey to get like my front. Hey, it's Baroness. To get my front, up my upper teeth fixed. And I'm leaving the dentist office, and I won't say her name, the person who was working with me. I don't mind that; it doesn't matter. But she was like, "What's the first thing that you want? What's the first thing you're gonna eat now that you have these new teeth?" And I was like, "Well, it won't be the first thing." I said, "But the thing I'm looking most forward to is there's a restaurant in Pittsburgh called Takaya, which is a Mexican restaurant." And I said, "I'm getting a huge burrito, and I'm gonna get chips and queso because their chips are really thick." And I haven't been able to eat them. And I'm like, I am going to eat so many tortilla chips with queso. It's going to be obscene. We placed the order. We picked it up. We get home. They forgot the chips.
God damn it. Oh no.
Yeah. Can't win for losing. I'm going to go first this week just because you are doing something that's going to knock the beer video on its ass. By the way, I know you don't care about the Minnesota Vikings, but do you realize that they today recorded history, like NFL history? They were losing 33 nothing at halftime, and they came back and won the game. It's the
What?
biggest, yeah, they won. It's the biggest deficit a football team has ever come back from, ever.
That's so funny because Matt and I, like, we went out for lunch earlier and that game was on and we
Yeah,
were watching it like, haha, but feel bad for the suckers watching this in the stadium. There's no way they're coming back from this.
they won. And the funny thing is the quarterback for the Colts, the team that lost, he also was part of the worst comeback in Super Bowl history because he was the Atlanta Falcons quarterback when they played the Patriots and they were beating the Patriots 28-3 at halftime and they lost the Super Bowl. So it's happened to him twice now. So he now is responsible for not it's not his fault, but like he was on the team that had the worst that lost the game after having the biggest lead in the Super Bowl and lost a regular season game after having the biggest lead. Yeah. So poor. It wasn't his fault. It's because his coaching was bad. But yep,
Stunned.
the Vikings won. Fuck. All right. So so the beer I have is called Zombie Slaycation. It's an 8.6% alcohol by volume. Sour W boy. Sour double India Pale Ale with cherry, vanilla bean, milk sugar, and El Dorado hops. And the main event of this is the can because it's meant to look like Clark Griswold from Christmas Vacation.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. My friend Lexi and I have been that is I have found my soulmate when it comes to Christmas Vacation knowledge, and we've been going back and forth for like weeks now, sending each other Christmas Vacation. Well, this is not the color I expected. It's if it's a double India Pale Ale, and I granted it's also a sour. I expected it to not be this color. I'm not complaining. Also, I'm drinking out of a Sasha Banks glass. I wish it
Oh,
didn't. I wish
to
it.
the sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wish it didn't say Divas, but
Yeah,
yeah.
what can you do?
What can you do? Sasha Banks, she is leaving WWE and going to New Japan and Stardom and maybe AEW. So good for her. If a
Well,
company if
yeah,
a company doesn't want to pay you what you're fucking worth, go get paid what you're worth.
exactly.
Yeah. Helen and I are huge capitalism fans, but um,
Yes, basically.
it's weird. There's not much of a smell to it, but let's go for it. Ooh, oh, that's tart. Oh, wow. It's definitely a sour. What did I read? Cherries? Is it the one thing that was in it? Yeah, I think cherry is the predominant. uh taste going on here. I mean, not only from the color, but it definitely has like a sour cherry taste to it. I don't get much vanilla at all. Nah, I don't get much. I really don't get much vanilla at all. It's good. It kind of has a little bit of a cherry soda taste to it, but sour. Um, the carbonation's really good. It feels nice in my mouth. Talking about it's so weird because now I feel like I'm tasting raspberry.
Hmm.
Strange. I don't know what El Dorado hops taste like, so I'm not sure. I mean, maybe those are in here. It's not very hoppy, which
Yeah,
for
I
like
mean, like I've never gotten to the point of really distinguishing that well between hop varieties.
yeah.
So
The only one that like I can kind of differentiate are Simcoe hops. Like whenever I because I don't like them. Um, so I know whenever I get a Simcoe hop, I'm not all that thrilled about it. But yeah, this is a nice beer. This is really even though it's like Christmas themed. This is like a summer beer. I would drink this in the summer and be very refreshed. Um,
yeah, Prairie I has like a Christmas sour as well, which like I guess
yeah.
I don't know. It's not really some a thing I think of drinking during cold weather, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
same with this. This would be really refreshing sitting out on my porch when it's 90 degrees outside. Um, but whatever, it's a Christmas beer. It's fine, it's good. I like it. Will I drink it again? Probably not. But that's not because of the beer, it's just because I'm not a big sour fan. I'll taste them and test them out for these videos, but I generally will never choose a sour. So that would be the only reason why. But I'm a genre snob. But this is the part where the beer video ends and
oh
something
yeah.
else begins because Helen, it's your turn and explain to the people what's happening.
Okay, so I am just not drinking booze for a while, kind of indefinitely for a few reasons, but kind of two most immediate ones where I realized that I gained 5 pounds over a single weekend recently, and also that I spent way too much money on fancy beer on that same weekend. So I'm just like, should probably dial it back. We need to save money for Matt and I are going to Europe next year, and also, I would like to not have a beer gut. I don't like really that thing on me. But
Nice.
so, rather than just having to commit to raw dogging reality, who wants to do that, right?
Yeah, right.
Um, the Minnesota Republican Party legalized edibles in Minnesota by not reading the full text of a bill they passed. Whoops. So a lot of brewers have started making THC seltzers and sodas and stuff, and including a lot of really good local breweries. So you probably remember Modest from a couple I have talked about before. I think the last one I tried was their Mexican chocolate stout, which was kind of a Halloweenish beer they were doing. I like it very much. They have put out some bad ones, but yeah.
Everybody
So
does.
they have thrown their hat in the ring with a couple varieties. There is one called Tint, which is kind of a milder one. That is not the one I have. I have the stronger one. It is called Melt.
Yes. Oh, the
Look at
face is perfect.
this has 10 milligrams of THC in it. It is a
Oh,
blood orange raspberry vanilla seltzer. Um, Looks like it has actual juice in it, which is nice. And so
I almost with this one. I wish we could come back in like an hour and a half and do a post-mortem.
yeah.
See how
So
Helen's
speaking of,
feeling.
I had another flavor of this last night for my end of the work week little dinner I do. Um, and I was like, huh, that's cool. I'm nice and relaxed. I'll have like, another slightly weaker one. So I went for like one with 5 milligrams of THC, and Matt's was like kind of hanging out with me, and he's like, that doesn't really work the same way as beer, Helen. Like I was like, oh, here I was thinking I'd done the equivalent of like drinking an imperial stout and then like a session ale or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I was,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'll buzz be like in control of my faculties, go home and go to sleep. And he's like, yeah, he was going to his nerd night. So he's like, just text me when you get home. And like I managed to make it on the bus and walk home, but then I was like, why is everything like louder? Why do I feel funny? And like, I had a great sleep. It was amazing. So the
I would
next morning,
imagine you did.
and I was supposed to meet my friend for a 7:30 a.m. Aikido class. And I hadn't really gone to bed that late, but it was still like in my system so much. Like I had to text and be like, guess what? I have to bail on you for a really hilarious reason. Because I'm a teenager, I guess, and I kind of forgot how edibles work. So like I'm tasting the colors still a little bit. Should probably not be like taking any swings at people's faces right now.
Probably a good call.
I guess if I was gonna do one of the martial arts things I do stone, Aikido would probably be the better one. Um, though weirdly, I think more of the people I do jujitsu with are huge stoners. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so I don't have a fancy glass.
That's okay.
I guess I will give a shout out to these people who make really good salsa.
Ooh.
Because at first I was like,
Is it called
salsa.
Chip Magnet? Is it
This is
Chip Magnet? That's such a good name. I love
yeah,
that.
right. Yeah, so it's like salsa from Wisconsin. This is gonna taste like ketchup. Fuck this. But I have eaten crow about that. Like this is really fucking good salsa. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't really have much exciting
There's a
going
little bit
for it.
of a hue to it.
Yeah, I guess that looks. Oh, there's floaties in it. I think, wow, that is some actual blood orange juice, I suppose. That's nice. All right, we'll see. We'll see how this works on my brain. Well, okay, in the 5 seconds before my face melts off, I can say that's really nice.
Yeah.
Uh, I think they went a little too heavy on the vanilla, but I'm nitpicking.
On the
Yeah,
vanilla.
this
Yeah.
yeah, this tastes like basically a fancied up creamsicle. Mhm. Yeah, if they dial back the vanilla just like 2%, I think this would be perfect. I like it a lot better than the other one I had, which was like a ginger lemon lime that was like way too heavy on the ginger, I thought, which is like kind of weird for me. I'm a ginger fiend. But yeah, this one's better though, this is gonna be the one thing I drink this evening. I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Well, right. You know your limits now. I was at this was a few years ago. I was at a Sun show and a friend who I had just met that night, we were talking about well, she was talking about whatever, marijuana. She's talking about edibles specifically. And she was saying the first time she ever took one, yeah, she made the same mistake everybody makes, right? She took an edible, 15 minutes later, nothing's happening. She takes another one. 15 minutes later, nothing's happening. She takes another one. So she took three edibles. I don't know what the milligrams were. She didn't say. And it was her first time taking them, so it doesn't matter. She was
Is
like,
that first experience? Because that was pretty much mine as well.
well, she said that like 2 hours later, she was lying underneath her coffee table shaking, thinking she was like on her way to death and that she had poisoned herself. Yeah, it's, you know,
Oh yeah.
people learn the hard way.
Yeah, that when I had my first time took too many edibles experience, me and my boyfriend at the time were sleeping in a tent in our bedroom because we found out our building had a bed bug infestation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we had to like, get rid of our mattress and like we had like this bug killer like dusted in a circle around our tent, like a salt circle. It's just dreadful. And so like just imagine waking up in the middle of the night, just like too stoned to function, staring up at the roof of like my tent.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
God.
remember it didn't work and I was in the bathroom. Oh, that was bad.
The worst experience I've had with pot is and I'm not like I use it, but I'm not like I don't know. I haven't done anything adventurous and probably won't. But I had bought I have learned that pinene is no good for me. Like if I get a cartridge that is high in pinene, it's not a good experience. So I've learned like what terpenes work for me and which ones don't. And so there was a lot of trial and error. And part of the error was I got something that I thought was low in pinene, but I read it wrong. And it was like 0.9 something. And I was like, fuck. So I just took one hit and I'm sitting on the couch and I start to feel it. And then I just hear trumpet music. And I feel like this something's vibrating up my chest and I'm hearing trumpet music. And I was okay. At first, I was like, this is kind of cool. And then it was like, I don't like this at all. And I look at the package and I looked at the terpenes and I was like, oh shit, I read that wrong. So
Whoops.
yeah, so I had to take a couple drops of CBD to kind of like balance it out. And once I did that, it actually made the high really good. But I'm like, that's fine. I'm not doing this again. Like I know this one's my enemy and I am not going near it. And I'm going to
Oh,
I'm going to pick up I have a tomorrow probably well, I'll watch the Steeler game and then once they're done losing, I'll go to the dispensary and I have an order on standby. I'm very excited to go pick it up. Yeah.
yeah. So actually Matt got me a bunch of stuff today, which was nice of him. Hold on. I have to show this off. Look at him. He's a little guy.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't
That's
it cute?
awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a huge lightweight, so this is perfect. Just this child-sized pipe. Um,
Oh,
yeah. And in addition to like, a bunch of like kind of regular edibles that he always gets, they had like all these kind of low THC sodas, which are like combination THC CBD. And I'm like, okay, so it's a guaranteed good time.
oh man. Like edibles aren't legal in Pennsylvania yet. So anything that I mean you can get pills like you can buy like pills and capsules because you swallow them, but anything you have to chew or drink is not legal yet in Pennsylvania. So when you
So
go to
you
our
have
dispensaries,
edibles? What sort of backwards fucking pageantry is that?
I mean, our alcohol laws here were prohibition. There's still prohibition style alcohol laws on our books. They're not as bad as they used to be, but yeah, Pennsylvania, we're fucking run by Republicans. Like the state house and Senate is Republican run, and all the states around us are legalizing marijuana for recreational use. And apparently the Republicans are just like, not only do we use taxes as an excuse in our what stands as a platform, but we also don't want to make any tax money off of these plant products that all the states around us are making money off of and sending Pennsylvania residents to those states to spend money. We don't want them to spend it here. Why would we do that? Why would we want them to spend their money here? No, fuck, go to Ohio, go to New York, go to New Jersey.
Yeah. So, I think I told you before the Democrats got a trifecta in the last state election. We have the governorship, House, and Senate. And so everyone here is like, cool, maybe like full legal weed now. And they're all like, oh, get to it. Like, damn it. That's part of why we put you there.
Why do the
Not,
Democrats not realize the biggest fucking slam dunk right now for them is to legalize weed?
yeah, seriously, especially since, so there are these two Republican funded, basically like spoiler parties that are on every ballot. There's always like one person running for governor or senate or whatever from the Legalize Marijuana Now party.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. So like, And like, I don't want to shit talk people wanting to not vote for one of the two major parties too much, but also it's like it's pretty transparent like why they're there. Like it's all like all they don't do any campaigning. They're exclusively funded by Republican ghouls.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so the only reason that party is able to exist on the ballot, like, is that you goobers have been dragging your feet about legalizing weed.
Yes.
Like, you just did that tomorrow. That party would, well, at the very least, have to change their name and their whole
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, folks, this has been the beer, pot, and politics video. Um, we're gonna go now, although Helen and I are anyway, something just fell. But Helen and I are going to have a discussion after this because I have to tell her about a podcast. Um,
Oh.
I can't tell the people about it. No, I would, but they've watched long enough. So I'm going to leave you with this. There is a message on my the bottom of my screen that just says snow coming, and all I have to say is good for the snow. Bye. Wait. I did the wrong thing. All right, bye. I fucked up. Oh, I can't get this to stop.